welcome back to another episode of Shitty Chit Chat. I'm your host, Carla, and that's Mel. Dude, it feels like you're freaking like protesting, like not saying your name.
You're right. It's like a protest.
That's Mel, ladies and gentlemen, your other host here on the podcast. Before we get started,
S-
what?
You're gonna do the.
Fuck yeah.
You know what we should get? Like a disclaimer just written that we can just be like beep, and it says like
Well, can I not say it every episode? Anyways, whatever you guys prefer. You're the judge.
no.
Okay. Anyways, disclaimer before we get started, we're only here for a good time, not a long time. So if ever you're offended, please leave. If not, you're more
Please
than welcome.
stay.
Yeah, please
Yeah.
stay. Yeah. We might say some offensive things. We swear a lot. If you can't stomach that, get out of here.
We can't stomach you.
We can't. Oh my god, that's so fucking smart. If you can't stomach that, we
We
can't
can't
stomach
stomach
you. Bye, bitch. Anyways, hi.
Hey.
How was your week?
I'm. It's so weird because the week is starting tomorrow, so like it's as if like the week never ended.
What?
Like you're like, how was your week? But I'm trying to think of like how my week was, knowing that tomorrow another week is starting. It's just like
But your week did end because we're Sunday.
I feel like no. It's there.
Okay.
It's been there. Like I'm literally just living. I'm existing. You?
Same.
Okay. Good
Work,
stuff.
coming home, work again, coming back home.
Right.
Same shit, different
Different day.
day.
Yeah.
So last week we spoke about red flags,
Icks.
icks, and pet peeves. And we got a lot of like good, I mean, I don't like, yeah,
Good feedback.
good
That
feedback, some love.
we thought it'd be fun to talk about green flags. To
Yeah,
kind of
just
find the positive.
throw a bone to you guys, like guys as in guys,
Yeah.
not guys and girls. So we kind of just asked on Instagram, like, what were some green flags for you guys?
Yeah.
One answer that we got, and I really want to highlight this because I think it's like the pinnacle of green
I wonder
flags,
what you're gonna say. Like, I'm trying to.
is someone that said, like a piece of cloth or like it's a piece of
Oh my
fabric,
God, yeah.
piece of fabric,
Shout out to Will because that made me laugh.
typically like a piece of cloth,
A piece of fabric that's like on a mast or a pole,
yeah,
but
typically green.
typically green. It was funny. When I read it, I laughed.
Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah.
So thanks for that. Like, we love when someone just shows us the obvious.
Yeah, thank you.
But what we meant is, what is a green flag in a guy?
Or girl, friendship, relationship, whatever it
Yeah,
is.
whatever. More for a guy because girls are already
Green flags.
thebomb.com. That could be a discussion for another day.
It could.
Anyways, so same just as last week, I pulled up a little list.
What would be the so it's not gonna be a shitometer, or is it gonna be a shitometer?
I mean, anti-shitometer? I don't know.
We could just rate it on a scale of
Yeah.
1 to 10.
Yeah, I guess so.
On a scale of 1 to green, how green is the flag?
Like sage.
Yeah. To like royal green, emerald.
Or no, actually like poop green.
Ew.
That's a thing.
Ew, that's gross. Yeah.
So yeah, so we, as I said, we asked the on our story. We got a few answers, so
Yeah.
I think we should go through that first, and then we can jump into our other list that we have. So the first thing that someone answered, I think it was Candy, who said that. Shout out to you, Candy. Was dollar sign, dollar
Dollar sign,
sign,
dollar
dollar
sign.
sign times 10. So I don't know why like there were no like $9 signs. Why it was 10, but
I think she just meant
no,
like
I know.
as long as the dude has cash. And
So
like I agree. I think I don't know, like the way I see it is that
for me, the question is, what number is enough?
no. So I've always said that I wanted to marry rich,
Same.
but I think it's a green flag if man's is working, period. And he's not like a stay at home. He's not as sorry, Toby just walked by with like a little leash and I got so distracted. No. So I think as long as he works, makes his own funds, doesn't sit at home, isn't a fucking bum, I think that's a green flag. Cuz there's some dudes that literally sit on their ass, play video games all day, have no desire to work.
Yeah. Well, then how are they making money?
I don't know, but like I'd rather have a dude like have one or two jobs regardless of what they are, just trying to make his funds than have a dude that just sits at home and like has no desire to lift a finger.
For me, on this note, it's really I need a guy that's on top of shit.
Well, like ideally, yes.
Like it's because I want to if you know me, you know how lavish I want my
Carla's
life
very
to be.
bougie.
I'm very bougie and I'm sorry like it's who I am. It's how I was like brought up. Like I was over at my parents yesterday and my mom was literally saying how like if she travels she's not staying in less than a 5-star hotel, and she makes a good point because if she wants to travel she wants to be comfortable and she doesn't want to worry about cleanness, tidiness, and like
I think it's.
space.
I think
So for me that's where it comes from, and I that applies to all aspects of my life.
like I think everyone wants to stay in a 5-star hotel. Like you won't catch me.
No, some people will stay in hostels and be like I
Like
don't care about
I
that.
I did a hostel once and I'll never do it again. Like I can be like I'm too much of a princess to want to do a hostel again. Like yeah, it's cheap, cool. Like I'm not judging those who do it, but for me it's not something that I would prefer. Like but I think that it's important to be realistic in the sense where I think if someone just works for their own money, it's a green flag. Cuz like I said, like they're not I don't know how to explain it. Like they're not just like collecting money from the government because they're lazy as fuck and they don't want to work. And then it's like they're just like I said like sitting at home doing fuck all. Like they know the value of money and so they'll work for it.
For me, I just need him to be able to take care of the family and for money to be the least of our
But
problems.
what if you meet
That's
a
it.
guy who works, makes money, but like doesn't make a fuck ton of money, but like you love him? What are you gonna do? Not be with him
No, we're
because
gonna make more money together.
okay, but like what if that's not the reality?
That is the reality. It's
But
my
what
no,
if
no, no. It's my reality. There's no what if.
they're
There's no what
I
if.
I would love to see you fall in love with a guy that can't necessarily give you what you want.
Then I'm gonna dump him.
Oof.
Because if you can't give me what I want, I need to think of myself. It's like buying Beverly Hills. Farah's in love with Alex, but he couldn't marry her because he's not like down for marriage and she wants marriage. She loves him, but he can't give her what she wants, so she didn't stay with her because she had to put herself
I don't
first.
know if I would say they loved each other.
Well, I think she loved him, and I think he also loved her, but he wasn't down for marriage. And if you can't align on certain things, then you're creating problems from the get
But
go. So
like
I'm not gonna be with you.
but like the thing is marriage and just money is very different.
No, it's not.
It
It's
is.
not.
It is.
It's not
Like
because
it
the moment you start compromising on things, you're already setting yourself up for failure.
but the thing is like I feel like it's different if you break up with someone because they don't want to get married, that I get. But it's different if you meet someone and you love them but you're like I can't be with you cuz you don't have enough money for me.
Listen, like it's very easy to make a good amount of money and to live a good life. A lot more people are doing it, and what?
I don't know if I agree with that.
It's very easy. You just have to have the discipline. When I say it's very easy, I'm not saying that like you don't need to work your ass off. I'm saying that we have so many resources available to us.
Mhm.
We have the internet, we have AI. You have so many people that you can go out and like mentor. We have digital marketing, TikTok, Instagram. You can reach out to so many people, but you just have to be willing to put the work in. And if I have a conversation with the guy that I want to be with, and I'm like, hey, like, I'm not happy with how much money we have now. I want more, and he tells me like, nah, I'm good. But we're like, it's like a living paycheck to paycheck thing.
The thing is, I don't think he would ever tell you like, "Nah, I'm good." Like everyone wants,
No, some people are good with like subpar
in
salaries.
terms of money, if
Yes.
it's not if it's not able to give you like a like I think everyone wants to be able to live comfortably. And when I say comfortably, I don't mean like paycheck to paycheck. I mean,
But some people, everyone has a different definition of what comfortable is. You have to be careful with that.
right? Like I'm
So for me, living comfortable is having, let's say, like a 4 or 5 bedroom house, like 4 bathrooms, like a huge yard, whatever. I'm just giving you an example, you know,
okay.
5 car garage, for example, whatever. Huge driveway, being able to drive like a nice car, like my dream car, whatever. Like that's comfortable for me. For other people, it might say like me living comfortably is just living in like a 4 bedroom apartment with my family. Like I don't need more than that. You know, like we're not on the same level of comfortable. So if we can't even see eye to eye money wise, then how are we gonna see eye to eye with everything else? You know what I mean?
I think a
Because
guy
of the
that just works for like at the base is a green flag. Because I'd rather be with someone who makes his own cash than relies on me to. That's how I'm gonna look at it.
where do you rate this on
The money one.
the green flag?
I mean, I think probably like a nine, an 8, 9.
Yeah. What was the other one that we got on
Text me
Instagram?
when you're home.
That's
That's a very big green flag.
that
I like
is
the
like the greenest of the green
yeah.
flags.
I like the text me when you're home and when they actually text you when they're home.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think there's much to say on it. I think if you respect someone enough, and like, let's say you're dating someone, or even like, granted, when you guys ask me to text me when I'm home,
You never do.
I never do, and I
It's fine.
genuinely forget. I just when I get home,
It's okay. I'm like that too, though.
it's like I get home so late sometimes that the minute I park, I get out of my car, I'm like I'm
Hmm.
running upstairs so I can put my
I
pajamas.
understand.
But I think when
Happens
it
to me
comes to
too.
relationships, when a guy's like text me when you're home or like drive safe or he himself texts you when he's home or texts you to be like, "Are you home yet?" I think
Hmm.
it's nice.
It is very
Like
nice.
you
It
care
shows they
enough.
care, yeah,
Yeah.
and they're thinking about you.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that this one is very simple because it's like
Well, it's because it's
it's
a
straight to the
given. It's
point.
just
It's
like,
straight to the point. Yeah,
what is there to say? Like,
yeah. That's a 10 for me as a green flag.
oh, 100%. 100%.
What's another one that you we had? I forgot.
Um, at least like answering someone back. I'm sorry, but it is a green flag for me when someone answers your texts
Or
or
doesn't
doesn't
take
leave you on
24
red.
hours to
Yeah.
answer you, but is texting someone else. You just have to be clear with your intentions at the end of the day. Like, you can't be messing around with someone's, like, feelings. You know, like, you're talking to them at one point, you guys hang out, you do shit, but then you take, like, forever to text them. Like, I get that someone might not be a good texter, but there's a limit to that. Because, like, our generations, like, we're always on our
A hundred
phones.
percent. And that's why for me it's such it's like that's why for me if someone is actually taking the time to respond to my messages if we're involved in any way, it's a
Mm-hmm.
green fucking flag
Yeah.
because
The
I know
faster, the better.
yeah. But like I mean I understand that, both of us work, both of us have lives outside of each other, so there will be moments. But like for me it's like the hey, I just woke up, I'm gonna go to the gym, I'll text you later. Or
Yeah.
hey, it's gonna be a really busy day at work today, like I'll text you when I'm done. Or like I'll take a moment on my 15 to or like my lunch to shoot you a text.
Mm-hmm.
Like it takes absolutely nothing.
If you're setting the right expectations and
Right.
communicating effectively,
I'm dead. Yeah.
that's when you know you're working too much, when you're
Yeah.
using work terms. The competencies, those are the A1 competencies for
I
a
just
red
think it's
flag.
important to be able to message someone that you claim or you seem to be interested in. Like, why wouldn't you want to answer them?
100%. But I think like if you're doing those things, like it's the bare minimum. And again, it goes back to you showing that you care
Like, that's the thing. Like,
because you're thinking about them and you don't want them to think that you're dodging them, you know?
yeah.
But if you're just like a fucking asshole and you're taking 24 hours to answer when you know that the person on the other end hates it and your answer is just like, sorry, I'm a bad texter. I'm sorry, that's not good enough because you're not even making an effort
I
to
just think when
text
someone
someone.
takes that long to answer, it comes across as like I'm not even like an afterthought.
Yeah,
And I think that sucks because it's like as if I'm trauma dumping, but like it's a legitimate thing because
yeah,
this is not the
100%.
like it's not like I've had this situation happen to me more than once with many different people.
Yeah,
If we have any type of relationship,
mm-hmm.
you should be able to answer a simple fucking text.
Yep, definitely.
There's nothing wrong with saying like I'm going to be busy for the next few hours. I'll text you later. Like there's absolutely nothing wrong with saying that. Like just communicate. Like communication is a green fucking flag and like
Yep,
someone that doesn't take 24 hours to text you back is a green flag. Like the fact that you're texting me and like I appreciate that.
yep,
It's
you're
a
right.
green flag.
You're right. You just have to show that you care. That's it. And like the bare minimum is just saying, I'll text you later, or I'm busy right now. I'm in this, I'm doing that. I'll catch up with you later. That's it. The acknowledgement part is what matters the most.
Yeah.
That's it. So we don't really ask for much, I think, as girls. We just ask for acknowledgement.
I just
Acknowledge me. Like, I want to feel heard. I want to feel seen. That's it. And
like
it doesn't take much.
I in for
One
me,
sentence.
like for me it's really just give me your time and that's it. Like I don't
Yep.
need you to buy me shit. I don't need you to like pay for my dinners all the time. Like as long as you like message me and make me feel like you want to message me and that it's not a fucking chore.
Yep.
Like that's what
You're
it
right.
feels like when someone doesn't message you back that you're a chore. Like, "Oh, here's my daily text." And it's like, "Okay, thanks."
You're 100% right.
Yeah.
For me, that ranks.
Just the communication, it's a 10.
It's 100% a
Like
10.
if you're going to like be if you communicate effectively, yeah, it's a 10.
Mm-hmm. I have another one that ties into
Yeah.
communication. Someone who's a good listener.
Mhm.
Like, I know as girls, sometimes we might blow some things out of proportion because we're very much emotional thinkers. And
Yeah.
that's just the fact of it. Like, it's okay. It's okay for emotional thinkers.
We said this last podcast, I overthink everything.
We're
So,
emotional
like
girls. We
yeah.
have big hearts, and that's okay. If a guy can, like, instead of telling me, oh, like, it's not a big deal, get over it, and then just, like, scoot and play his games, sit there, listen to me for half an hour, like, and just be so patient, like, bro, like, marry me right now.
I just think that listening like yeah, it's if I'm telling you something is bothering me, no matter how big or small, I don't want you to make me feel stupid for feeling that way.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you listen and take it into consideration, and that goes for me too. Like if there's something that like it bothers you, I will listen to you and I will obviously like I hate saying take it into consideration, but you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
we'll work on it. Like yeah, that's a green fucking flag. Like
Mm-hmm.
listens absolutely.
I just like the whole communication piece of it. Like, if, like, they're good at listening, if they're just talking to you, acknowledging you, if they're talking about their feelings, that too is a huge green flag.
Yeah.
Not too much, obviously, because, like, we don't want to be trauma dumping on each other, but if you're, like, being honest, like, if you're, like, not bottling shit up, like, if you're able to talk to me about how you feel, to me, that shows that you trust me.
Mhm.
And to me, that shows that you're comfortable with me. Even if it's about something that I did wrong, tell me that I did something wrong. Tell me that you didn't like this. Don't just like swipe it under the rug because you think I'm gonna overreact. Like, if even if I do overreact and you're like, it's okay, we'll talk it out, like, or I don't like, even if she's gonna overreact, I have to be honest with her. Like, honesty is also very like important. Those are all huge green flags to me. If we can just talk it out and be mature about things,
A
chef's
hundred percent.
kiss.
A hundred. I
Chef's
agree with that.
kiss.
I have nothing to add. I agree with that.
That to me is like the best of the best. And that also goes with if a guy is willing to be vulnerable. Like, all of these kind of all tie into the same. Uh,
Vulnerability.
yeah,
I struggle with that so much, but like
me too.
I like but the thing is like I if someone is able to just like it really does all tie into one another.
Mm-hmm.
Like be open and honest about like feelings, just
Yeah. So
like you're
Lebanese men. Sorry to,
no, that's fine.
but I don't want to lose my thought. Lebanese men. The way they were brought up for generations was, don't talk about your feelings, don't show anyone that you're crying, you're seen as weak if you show that something is bothering you, if you're hurt, this or that. And unfortunately that kind of like translates into my family, and my father is like this, my brother is like this, and that kind of makes me sad because I would love to be there for them and to be able to talk to them about how they're feeling. And if for some reason a guy that I'm with is like that, I can't be in that relationship with that guy because I need you to be able to talk to me about what's bothering you. I don't want to ask you a million times. I don't want to like just leave you in your corner. We're in a relationship for a reason. It's a partnership. We're either going to attack the problem together or we're not going to be together. We're a team. If we're together, we're a team. Like, we're partners, and it's us against the world or it's going to be us against each other. And if it's us against each other, then we can be in a relationship. So a guy that's vulnerable is a must. I'm not saying you need to be over vulnerable about things. Like, if you want your privacy with some stuff and if you want to deal with some things alone, I will 100% give you your space. But for you to be able to come back around and say, hey, like, I was sad before because this happened and I just needed a few minutes to get over it, that's okay. But like, at least like if we're able to talk about it, that's all I want. And it all comes back down to communication, honesty, and all that. But the vulnerability piece of all of it is really what's key for me, because I need a guy to be able to show emotions. Not to the point where you're being a baby, because I still need you to be a fucking man. But like, like, we can cry once or twice together. Maybe like for me, I cry once or twice a year there, but we can do it together. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Sorry, that
Green
was kind of
flag.
like a boring thought, but
Green
it's
flag.
just very important for me.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I don't know if it's like that like for Italians. Like, if you guys are also,
I
well,
just
not you
think
guys,
guys
but
in general don't like to show emotion. I don't think it's a Lebanese or an Italian thing. I just think guys feel like if they're vulnerable or show a little bit of emotion, they're looked at or seen as a pussy, which is not true.
you're a pussy if you don't show emotion.
I
That's what
just
I
think
will
you're
say.
trying too hard if you don't show emotion.
That's
But that's
facts.
just me.
I don't know if you have other green flags in mind.
Why is the list not good?
I mean, it's all about like communication and stuff. One of them is you share similar beliefs.
Hmm. Like, I think having, well, depends. What are the, like, beliefs in what sense?
Like, here it says it's necessary that the person you're with is, like, for example, also a vegetarian or follows the same religion. That's what it's saying. No matter which they like,
I think that's subjective. I think it
they
might
want
be a
to.
green flag for certain people and not for others. Like, I don't think I need someone like it like I'm not a vegetarian,
Yeah,
but it doesn't mean that
the person
my
I'm with.
the person I'm with can't be a vegetarian.
Mhm.
Like they can.
Mhm. For sure. The religion piece for me is important. Because like I grew up Christian.
Mhm.
And like like the five religions, like they're all very different from each other. Although like at the end of the day, like they have kind of like the same goal and they have the same God, but like the practice of things is very different. And I grew up a certain way, and that's following like the Christian way of things. And I want to bring up my children Christian too. But if I'm with someone who's not Christian, they might want to bring up their children with the religion that they have.
Hmm.
And then it goes back to us not being on the same wavelength as things. So that's why, like, for me, Christianity is important.
I think religion is a bit of a like a touchy subject for a lot of people.
It could be. It could be.
Like I don't consider myself religious at all,
Yeah.
although I was brought up
Christian as
Christian.
well.
Like
Yeah.
I was baptized, first communion, confirmation, like all of that.
Mm-hmm.
I did catechism classes, but like I don't know if someone would, let's say, who's super religious, be like, well, I don't really know if I want to be with you because of how like your beliefs. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't go to church.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like so they might not want to be with me.
Yeah.
I
But
think like just in general, it's like a
that's the thing. Like that person might also not want their children to be brought up Christian, right? So they might not want to be with me, and that's totally okay. Everyone wants to bring up their children the way that they want to bring up
absolutely.
their children. What about for you?
I don't know. I just feel like I said, like I'm not a super religious person, so if my significant other was religious, that's okay. Like I wouldn't not be with them, but like our system wouldn't be the same. You know what I
Would you
mean?
want to date someone that's like not Italian?
I mean, they don't have to be Italian, no. But I'm also someone who like I come from a family where it's like family's important and like
Mm-hmm.
all of that stuff. So like I grew up a certain way, which is if I ever had children, I would want them to experience the same thing.
For sure.
But like it's nice to be with someone who views things the same way. But I mean, at the same time, I think it's important for me on certain aspects and not the whole. Like, I don't know
Like
if that
what?
makes sense.
Like what aspects?
Like, I would want, like, if we were gonna have kids, I would want them to have the same views on how we would raise our children.
Oh, definitely. That's very important.
But like, I'm always gonna go back to the religion thing. We don't have to have the same views on it. You can
Mm-hmm.
be as religious as you want, but as long as you respect that,
Mm-hmm.
like I don't have that.
Mm-hmm.
So like for me it's like a 50-50. Like there's certain things I would want us to have the same views on, but at the same time if there's things that we don't see eye to eye on, it's going to be okay too.
Mm-hmm. I get that. I get that. I think it's always like a case by case situation
So like is
because
it a green flag? Yeah. But is it like an important green flag for me? Not necessarily.
mm-hmm. For me it's a green flag. Like
But I don't see how it'd be a
a
red
red
flag,
flag for you
but
to have
like
the same beliefs, but is it like the number one thing that's like on your checklist when you're looking for a guy?
there's I think a
No.
lot more things
Yeah,
before
yeah,
that.
there's more important things. Obviously, you want to be able to get along with the guy and that does tie into it, but
Respect.
I think if you're able to compromise on things, that works too, right?
Yeah.
So, I know a lot of like inter-religion couples that work very well together and
That's
like
the
they're
thing. Like,
married.
I'm a believer that it can work,
I know
but
like
some people don't believe that it can,
yeah.
and that's okay. If that's how you feel about it, that's chill. But like, I'm okay with the idea of like my child learning two different religions.
The only way that it can work is if both people are very open and
Exactly.
accepting of each other's views.
Exactly.
Like I know Muslim Jews that work very well together. I know Muslim Christians that work very well together, but it's because the two people in the relationship are very open. The
And I
only
think their
way
families need to be open as
100
well.
well, of course,
No, but
you
like
don't
it's
want
just
to.
because like if you're talking about like the older generations,
Oh yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of people would prefer that they don't mix.
Yeah, mix, yeah.
But like it's 2024, so
Yeah,
let's.
who cares? But the only way that it doesn't work is if you're very like closed-minded and you're like XYZ religion is wrong and my religion is the only religion that's right, there's no way in hell that I'm going to bring up my kids besides my religion.
Absolutely.
That doesn't work. And that's honestly, that's a freaking ick.
I think it's a bit close-minded, but
It is being close-minded, but
like
that's
whatever.
another ick. Like,
Yeah.
not to jump into red
I know we're
flags,
trying to
but
do the green
we're trying to stay
flags,
positive here.
but like
But
where it's like everything ties into something negative. I get
yeah,
it.
but if you're open-minded, I guess like that's
That's a green
huge.
flag.
That is
Being
green flag.
open-minded.
Yeah.
I don't consider that more like I don't consider that like a having the same beliefs.
No, no, no. Just
So like
open-mindedness
open-minded is definitely a green flag for me.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Someone who's supportive.
100% green flag. If you're not supporting me, then why are we together?
You know
But
how
that's a
there's
green
some
flag in
guys.
just in general.
Yeah, but you know how there's like some guys that like kind of like see their girl shining and then they just kind of dump shit on her because like she's outshining them.
Yeah, because they have a small dick. Like you should be.
That's small dick energy.
Yeah, exactly. You should
I
be.
want you to pump up
Like
your
I want
girlfriend.
you to be like Snow. Hold on. Like I want to support you, and I want you to support me. Like we're gonna support
100%.
each other.
100%. I agree with that.
I think just honesty, communication, being your supporter, green flags. Fact that like you can go. Like I'm gonna go back to the answering texts in a respective.
Being a
Mm,
gentleman
yeah.
opened the door
You know
for
what's a green
me.
flag? This was a red flag for us in the last episode, but it's a green flag when they're not rude to family, friends. You know what I mean?
You know what's a green flag?
Pets. A green flag loves animals.
Yeah.
If you tell me you don't like dogs, like what's wrong with you? How do you not like a dog?
Another green flag.
Yeah.
You won't relate to this because you're a single child, but if your partner is best friends with your siblings, like they get along so well, and your like younger siblings love them.
I can't relate because I'm again a single child.
I like I think my brother's wife is like my best friend. Like although they live in New Zealand, like whenever they're
Did you hear
here,
that, Sarah? Her brother's wife is her best friend.
are you offended?
Her brother's wife is her best friend.
Are you offended?
Hold on, what's Sarah gonna say? Yup.
Mhm.
Because if your best friend hates the guy you're with, your best friend knows something that you're not seeing.
And he can be a hater of your friends.
No, if my guy hates my friends, we're
We're
not
done.
together. It's done. It's fucking done.
I will 100% go and hang out with my friends before I hang out with you.
I would never ditch my friends for a guy. Like I would never put like I'm not gonna be like, hey guys, I can't hang out. Like I'm gonna go chill with whoever. Like no, I'm like no.
I agree with that statement.
Yeah,
I hate if a guy is like, I think XYZ is a bad friend. You should not be friends with them. Like, bitch, I knew them before I knew you.
yeah, no. Like you
Sit
don't.
down.
You coming in, you don't get to tell me, like, if my friends are good people or not. Because the thing is, if my friends were bad people, that friendship is gonna unravel very quickly.
Yeah,
Period.
100%. 100%. I agree with that. Um, I think that kind of like makes a.
I feel like that guy's just trying to control you at that point because he doesn't want you
Yes.
to like have friends or whatever.
Oh, a guy who does not control you and lets you be independent.
Green flag.
Green flag.
Absolutely green flag.
I don't want you to control my finances. I don't want you to tell me what I can and cannot buy. I don't want you to ask me for my location. I want you to trust me. Um, I don't want you to tell me what the hell to cook you for dinner. I will. First of all, I'm not cooking. You can tell the chef what you want to eat. Um, don't treat me like I'm your maid. Don't treat me like I'm your fucking mom, because I'm not.
No, like I just think don't treat me like a child. Let me do my own thing. I'll let you do your own thing. As long as there's mutual respect, I'm good with that.
Another green flag. He doesn't like put you down because you're like smarter than him or like you know more stuff than him,
Yeah,
or you're
no.
more
Yeah,
knowledgeable
absolutely.
in an area.
It just like lifts you up,
Mm-hmm.
loves you. Yeah, green flag.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. A guy who dresses well.
Mm, yeah.
You need to dress well, please. Um, I think we all have definitions of what that looks like, but there is a minimum. Uh, Cleanness. You have to be clean. You have to smell good.
Yeah.
That goes back to what we said last week. Just take care of yourself. Love yourself, and I'll love you back.
I'm fucking dead. That's
It's
funny.
fairly simple.
That's funny.
I don't know if we missed anything. Thanks. Very simple. A guy who drives well. Please, I'm not trying to die in your car. This
I would
isn't
not
this isn't the
get that
Fast and the
green flag
Furious.
because
You drive very bad.
I know.
I drive well. Do we have any other green flags on our list?
I can't think of any.
I feel like
I just want mutual respect.
yeah,
I want honesty.
yeah.
Someone who just like will not
Treat me like a princess.
like just yeah, like treat me as your equal
Oh,
actually.
a guy that like uh supports you but hypes you up like when you're feeling yourself, when like takes pictures for you.
Yo, no man
It's like
will ever tell me how to
yes,
dress.
like not in like a feminine way, but it's like, oh my god, like go girl, like,
Yeah.
you know.
No man will ever tell me how to dress.
No. But will love how, I mean, a guy can tell me how to dress, but to a certain degree, like if I'm hesitating between this and this, like
Oh
tell
no,
me like
but that's not what I mean. Like if we're going somewhere and you won't tell me where you're going because it's like a surprise, you can tell me like
yeah,
what
yeah.
or like what do you think looks better? But I mean like
But it's nice to ask like your boyfriends on like, you know, like what should I get, like, or
right,
like
but
can you
when I
find a
say like
dress
you're
for
not gonna
me?
tell me how to dress is like if I pull up in like my jeans with a little crop top, you're not gonna tell me
Oh
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
why are you like
Definitely.
no.
Definitely, I agree with that.
Like let's
My body, my rules.
oh my god.
I think we kind of did. On a fait le tour.
Yeah.
Of the green flags.
Yeah. I like that we had a follow up to the red flags, the green
Yes.
flags.
I think this video was very, very wholesome. I apologize for talking so much. I just feel like I had so much to say.
That's okay.
I feel like you had a lot to say for the red flags.
Yeah, because I think,
More
like
than
I said
me.
in the other video, I'm just a hater of all things. So,
I'm
like,
a
for me to
lover.
talk about things I hate,
I'm a little lover girl.
no, like, and that's okay. Like, I can appreciate the green flags. Like, I know I can appreciate, like, the good things too. But,
Mm-hmm.
like, it's hard to kind of, for me anyway, to, like, spend hours to talk about green flags. I think I'm more vocal when it bothers me because it's like I often find myself questioning like how are you this fucking dumb?
Mm-hmm.
Or how are you this fucking rude?
Mm-hmm.
Or like what the fuck is wrong with you?
Mm-hmm. I agree. I think that's a very good point.
Like if you tell me or if I like meet someone who ticks all the boxes, it's like I don't have anything bad to say. Like I'm satisfied, I'm happy with what I have. Like it's great, it's going great.
Yeah.
But if there's a fuck ton of things that are like leave me kind of like questioning a lot, yeah, I'm gonna have a lot to say.
Mm-hmm. I think you're right. That's a very good point.
I don't know. That's just kind of how I see it. Like, it's not
Very good
because
point.
I don't think green flags are important. I think they are important. I think it's important to have someone that like supports you, respects you, idolizes you. Yes, I said like because like I would idolize in the sense where it's like like
Like you think I'm the bomb.com.
yeah,
Yeah, because I
or
am the
like
bomb.com.
someone that like just really ticks all your boxes
Yeah,
versus someone who kind of leaves you like
I agree. I agree.
it's just easier to talk about things that are fucking annoying.
Yeah, I like to look at the positive side of things. That's just me.
That's okay.
On that note, I think this was a very wholesome video.
Was it? I can't wait
Yeah.
to see what it looks like when it's put
It's
together.
just gonna be me talking and you
literally,
being like.
and just be like,
Anyways, thank you guys so much for joining for this week's episode.
of shitty chit chat.
We'll catch you again next week.
We should do a part 2 of red flags.
We should, with a twist though.
I don't
But
know
we
what-
won't tell them what the twist is. But
I
I'll
don't
tell
even
you
know what
later.
the twist
It's okay.
is, but I
we'll
think part 2 of red flags would be fun.
know. Yeah, we should. For another date. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Bye, guys.
Bye.